Hello my makeup loving friends, we are going through my collection yet again, and today I figured we would put bronzers, blushes and contours together all in one pile, and I've gone through my makeup room in a fairly frantic sort of a way because that's the only way I really know how to do anything, frantically, and I've put them all together into a little box which I'm going to bring downstairs to film so that I can be comfortable, because at the end of the day I just want to be comfortable, you know. I don't know how many I have, but actually guess down below how many you think I might have. Safe to say it's a few, but yeah, if you're interested in seeing the blushes, the bronzers and the contour that I have, then this is the rest of the video. I've already shown my highlight collection. I even swatched them. I'm not sure if I'll swatch my blushes and bronzers, etc., but sure, we'll see, probably not, because that took me forever. But yeah, do please keep on watching.
I did it again. Don't judge me. This is my collection of blushers, bronzers, contours, and kind of just general face palettes. I did miss a highlighter along the way in my last one, so that will be included. So I'm going to do the same thing as I did last time and go via brand, because honestly I can't figure out what other way to do it. So yeah, keep on watching. So one of the first brands we have are Benefit, and I actually have 13 of them, and I have quite a few of their liquids. For instance, I have the Cha Cha tint, and it is this lovely sort of an orange liquid shade there. It looks really nice. And then the next one, so this one here, is Posy tint. So I have this in a full size, and I also have it in a mini, so I won't show you the mini as well, because I mean that's just, you know, being silly, frankly. And although I am a bit silly, you know, maybe we don't need to. And then the next one then is Lolly tint, and that's what that one looks like. It's a more kind of a purpley kind of a tint to that, and I have one of the minis of those. For whatever reason, don't even ask me, I think it's because these always come in packs, you know, with, because I've bought a lot of Benefit stuff over the years. I have 5 of the Bennett tint, and that is this red one here, which does look really nice. Next thing I have then is I have depotted the big like tins of kind of face powders, etc., with Benefit, and I put them into a Z palette, and I have quite a few of these. And I also got like a little mini hula as well that came as part of, I believe, a Christmas set a few years ago. I didn't bother swatching it because I already have it swatched as part of these. So it includes like the hula, this is dandelion, that's a bigger dandelion, I do use that a lot, Sugar Bomb, Curlysta, and I'm not even sure what that one is, but they're all swatched there. That's what they look like. And then finally, the last 2 that I have include California, which is this bright pink, and then the very last one then is Georgia, which is a more kind of muted peach, sort of a shimmer. So the next brand that I have is Natasha Denona, because I'm ridiculous. Okay, I forgot to include this one in, hello, me. I forgot to include this one. It is the All Over Glow in the shade Light, and it is technically a highlighter, but I figured, meh, I'll show it to you because I did promise to. And this is what it swatches like. So it's this one. It's very fair. It's very nice. See, I was very good and I swatched everything. The next thing then is this Duo Glow in the shade Alba, and it looks like this. It's fabulous. There is a ColourPop dupe for this, just FYI, and that is what it looks like. It is gorgeous. Next one I have is the Bronze and Glow. It's so little and tiny, and these are the shades here, and this is what they look like. So that's the bronzer and that's the highlight. It is quite a dark highlight, but I am very stubborn, so I make it work for me. Then I have the Blush and Glow, which looks like this. And again, this is the highlight and this is the blush. Then I have the Natasha Denona Tan Bronze and Glow palette, which looks like this. I actually got this in TK Maxx, believe it or not. And these are the shades here. So these are the cream ones and these are the powders. I have the Natasha Denona Bloom Blush and Glow palette. It looks like this. I really enjoy it. And these are the two creams. These are the two powders. They're a very pinky palette, but I quite enjoy that. This is, I mean, the packaging on that is beautiful. It was part of their Valentine's Day thing of 2020, I believe. And it looks like this. Again, very, very pretty. And these are the swatches. So these last 4. So those are my 7 from Natasha Denona. Oh my god, I'm the actual worst. I actually have 8. I missed out on this one. This is the Natasha Denona Diamond and Glow. And it's so little. Look at it. I love the little ones. So you can kind of see the highlight there. And then that is the blush. So 8 in all. My lord. So let's change it up. I actually have 5 Revolution kind of contour, bronzer, blush stuff. So the first one is Strong Soul, which Superdrug were constantly giving away. It's not actually bad. This is what it looks like, and these are the first 4 swatches. So it's these ones here. So you can see there's a highlight and some bits and pieces in there. It's not bad at all. Like, I can't complain. Next thing then is this Revolution bronzer in the shade Cool, and it is this shade here, and you can kind of see it's actually really similar to the one next to it, which is XX Revolution's bronzer in the shade Demo, which looks like this. So if you like these, they are pretty much dupes of each other, but one is more expensive than the other. The XX Revolution is more expensive than the Revolution one. Then the next one is from, I believe, the I Heart Revolution. Yeah, I Heart Revolution Bronzing Hearts Hot Summer of Love, the Triple Baked Bronzer. And this is what it looks like. It's a lovely shimmery one. So I took the swatch of it so that it was me just swirling my finger around in the pan. That's what it looks like. And the very final thing that you see is the XX Revolution blush in the shade Risque. And it looks like this. The formula I'm not 100% convinced on. It's quite powdery or whatever. And that's it. So those are Revolution. I actually lied. Of course I did. I forgot an additional Revolution item I have. It's the Revolution Pro 4K Blush Palette in the shade Peach. And it looks like this. I mean, it's me colours, and these are what they swatch out as. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Revolution products in terms of blushes, bronzers, etc. Not too bad. Next thing that I have is Juvia's Place, and I have 3 kind of blush palettes from them. So let me explain why I have the Saharan Blush Volume 1 and the Saharan Blush Volume 2. So they had a buy one, get one free. That's literally what happened. Now, this one I actually use more as an eyeshadow palette, and you will see why. Because if you've watched me, you will know that I am basically the same colour as Milk. Not the brand, but, you know, the dairy. So this is what they look like. That's the top 3 shades, and these are the bottom 3 shades. So they're super pretty, and I love putting them on as like a really warm toned sort of a look. And I do actually use that orange blush because I am that extra person. The volume 2 is of course more my actual skin tone, and this was the one that I was like, I wanted to get it, and then the second one just happened to be free. So these are what they look like. It's from here up. I mean, they're so pretty, let's be real. And then the very, very last one is Serafina, and it looks like this. So it's a nice kind of a peachy pink, which is unusual, and that is the shade there. So 3 blushes, or 3 blush palettes from Juvia's Place. The next thing that I have then is 3 items from Ofra, the first of which is the Island Time blush palette, and this is what it looks like. There is of course a highlighter in the middle, and these are what they look like, those first 5 shades. So really nice and warm toned. And then I have 2 singles. So the first one I have is from the Madison Miller collab, and it's called All I Need Is Love, and it looks like this, and it's that shade there. It's a nice orangey shade. And then the last one, again, is part of the Madison Miller collab, and it is called Sweet Stuff, and it's kind of a mauvey kind of a shade. And that is what it looks like. So 3 Ofra blushes. Next, I have 2 items from Jouer. I also want to point out that at this point, my arm looks utterly insane. The first is the Rose Cut Gems. It is a cheek blush palette. So there's one massive highlighter in the middle and then the rest are all blushes. So this is what they look like. They're quite pretty, let's be fair. And then the very last thing then that I have from Jouer is this light to medium bronzer duo, and it's in the shades Sun Light and Sun Tan. So hello videoing me. God, I look a state, but there you go. They're nice, kind of cool toned colors, and they work really nice as a sort of a contour as well. So that's what they look like. I next have 4 things from CYO, but 3 of them are the exact same thing, and it is this particular bronzer in the shade Fair. So it's bronzing powder when the sun don't shine, and it looks like this. And it's perfect for me because I am so fair. The reason why I have 3 of these is there was talk about them discontinuing and they were selling off a lot of their stuff in Boots. So I picked up a few. I got one and gave one to Missa, and this is what it looks like. Then the next shade then is their cream shadow and blush, all eyes and cheeks. It's Smart Talk, and it is this shade here. It's fabulous. It is this lovely orange shade. So those are 4 from CYO. I now have 2 items from Hourglass. The first is from their Christmas collection back in 2019, I think. Yeah, so this is what it looks like. This is a nice, like, sort of a finishing powder. Here we have some blushes, bit of highlight and a bronzer. So I figured I'd include it in this one rather than in the highlights. And this is what it looks like. So you can't really see the finishing powders that well, but that's a nice bronzer and some nice blushes. And the next one that I have is the Hourglass mini bronzer. It's Luminous Bronze Light, and it looks like this. I love this so much. I use it a lot. You can't really tell, but it is one of my favorite bronzers. It just has this lovely, like, luminous sort of a look to it. It's my go-to bronzer. Next thing is Nars, and I have 2 things from Nars. The first being this, I believe it was the Afterglow, no, the Exposed Cheek Palette. So it looks like this. There are some highlights, and then there's a bronzer, and then some blushes, and that's what they look like. Super pretty. And I guess I can officially call myself a beauty guru. A guru. Words are hard because I, of course, have the shade Orgasm, which, I mean, it was a favorite for a reason. It does look so pretty. I love a glowy blush. So those are all of my Nars. You know, I'm not unhappy. At this point, you can probably see a theme in terms of the sort of blushes that I tend to go for, in the same way that I had a theme with my highlighters. I know what I like. I have 2 here from Raine. They are their highlight and blush duo, and it's part of their Power collection. And this is the damage control one. So there's a highlight that I can actually use and a blush, and that's what the 2 of them look like. They're so pretty. You can see the other duo here, which is called the Shots. I can't really use that as a highlight, but I use it as a glowy blush, and that's what they look like. So 2 things from Raine. I regret nothing. Next, I have 2 blush palettes from Collidos, one of which was gifted to me by the lovely Missa. So it is the Lo-Fi Rose, and it looks like this. It's a beautiful sort of a highlighter with a mauvey pink blush. So that's the 2 of them. They're so pretty. At this point, my hand is destroyed. We won't even think about it. Then the next one, I mean, the images are a bit, you know, graphic, but we won't talk about it too much. This is the Lo-Fi Peach. Don't mind my nails, they're weird and gross. Maria, come and take care of me. This is what that looks like, and these are them swatched, and they are just so pretty. The worst thing is, I think the camera doesn't take up. There's a little bit of a duochrome look to these 2 kind of highlighty blushes, so you don't really get to see the full extent of it. But just trust me when I say the beautiful. That pile has gone down. I'm so pleased with myself. It's not that I'm decluttering anything, but I'm just like, oh look, I'm making progress in the filming. I have two products here from Elf because, you know, I'm not always bougie. And it's this contour palette and, yeah, what is it? Turks and Caicos, whatever that means. And anyways, they have this kind of sort of a highlight, but it's very dark on me, which you wouldn't think it, but there you go. And then a very dark bronzer, but I do make them work. I make them work. And then I have a really nice blush here as well. It's the primer infused blush, and it's in Always Peachy. And when we open it, it's this beautiful, again, the camera doesn't pick it up very well. It is a lovely orange blush. There we go. You can kind of see it there. And that is what it looks like swatched. It's so pretty. I regret nothing. I now have two blushes from ColourPop, and they are part of my Team Project Pan because they are cream blushes and you got to use them. This is Prenup and this is Drop of a Hat. Drop of a Hat is an amazing dupe for Natasha Denona's Alba, if you like that. You can see there is Prenup and there is Drop of a Hat. I mean, that looks so much like Natasha Denona's Alba, it isn't even funny. Strongly, strongly recommend them. I love these. These are some of my favourite blushes. So this is the very last duo that I actually have. Everything else is like from singular brands, as you can kind of see. So these are from Fenty and they are cream products. I love cream products. This is their Cheeks Out in the shade Amber. It is a really cool toned sort of a bronze. It works brilliantly on me as a contour. I like it for that. And then you can see there I have the cream blush and that is in the shade Fuego Flush. I am loving orange blushes these days, and that's what that one looks like. I have 8 products here. I do have a little bit more, but I'll talk about them each in isolation. The first one here is a collection. I mean, look at that. That is one of the oldest blushes in my collection. I got that when I was still an undergrad student back in NUI Galway. It comes in the shade Bashful and I am using it up. I'm so near the end. It is a lovely shade though. I mean, I can't get annoyed at it. It's not bad. Next one then is Makeup Academy. It is the Bronze Shimmer Bronzing Powder and it comes in the shade 100 Witches Solar Shimmer and it looks like this. It's beautiful. Like, I think that's really, really pretty. The next one then that I have is this Essence Contouring Duo Palette. That is the dark shade and that is the lighter shade. This is so well loved by so many for a reason. It's really, really good. I use this shade a lot more than this shade, but I do prefer kind of cream contouring. It's just a general preference of mine. Next one, which you can barely see, is the Revlon, was it like the Colour highlighting palette? It said it was a highlighting palette, but it said Rose Glow. So I used it as like a glowy blush and I just swirled it all in there and that's what it looks like. It's very, very subtle. It probably is more of a highlight, but it is what it is. I, of course, have the Milani Luminoso. I mean, this is beautiful and I really want that new orange one coming out and that's what that looks like. It is fabulous. I have the Morphe Celebutante duo. This is so good and very few people talk about this. This is the two of them together. I just think that they are incredible. It's such a good kind of a duo. Next thing I have then is the Balms Take Home the Bronze in, was it Oliver? I want to say it's Oliver. Yeah, Oliver. Haha, I haven't lost my mind. You can tell this is well loved. I've really enjoyed using this and it is this shade here. It's more of a grey toned sort of a bronze, but I really enjoy it. This is new to me. It is the BH Bellini palette. I mean, it only arrived in the last couple of days. It is a very red pink sort of a palette and these are the swatches from it. They look very, very pretty. So yeah, those are those few. So we've only a few more to talk about and we're almost there. We're nearly at the end. I have 3 more products to talk about. The first one is the Lunar Beauty Moon Prism Blush Palette, which I actually reviewed on my channel. I'll link it down below if you happen to be interested. And it looks like this. These are the swatches there. The shade Soleil, which is that kind of glowy blush. That's beautiful. This shade doesn't show up that well on like a swatch, but it looks lovely like in person. So, you know, can happily recommend. This technically is not a bronzer, but I use it as a contour. It is ABH's stick foundation in the shade Mink. It's part of my project pan again. Look, I mean, I'm doing okay on it. Not amazingly, but not the worst either. Got a hair? Who knows? Oh, Jacqueline. Hashtag too soon. It looks really nice. I'm not saying anything bad about Jacqueline. She seems nice. There's the Too Faced Milk Chocolate Soleil bronzer, and it looks like this. It's nice. It's a good shade for me. You can see my curtains. There you go. That is my life. And it of course smells like chocolate, and that is what it looks like. But that's it. That's all of the blushes and bronzers. So that's it. That's my entire blush, bronzer and contouring collection. Did you guess how many I had? 64. I mean, I'm not as enthusiastic about blushes and bronzers as I am about, say, highlighters, but it is quite, I think, a lot. But I do enjoy all of them. There's none of them that I think are like particular duds. I mean, there's a few that I've gotten several times and really, really enjoy. But yeah, hang out with outro Teresa. I'm sure she has something interesting to say. Probably not.
So that was my blush, bronzer and contour collection. I think we can all agree. I have a lot, more than one person needs, but I will still furiously go out and buy things that I do not need. Because I have no self-restraint. It's a problem. But I'm okay with it. I don't know currently as I'm filming how much I have, but I will put the number down here as to how many there are. What did you guys think? Were you right? Did you guess correctly? Did you think I had more? Maybe, I don't know. But that is it. Do please like, comment and subscribe. I think I might do like foundations and concealers for the next one. Yeah, I mean, when you think of the makeup items that I have to go through, I won't be swatching any of those. Jesus, that will take forever. I'll go through like maybe foundations, concealers and like other miscellaneous face things. That is it. Do please share because sharing is caring, unless of course it's an STD, in which case, you know, wrap it up. Don't be gross. But that is it. That is the end of the video. If you do like this look, then I do have it recorded and it's coming up on Thursday's video. But that is it. That is the end of the video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.